Chapter 7.6, Graphing Linear Functions. So your vocabulary today are two words, y-intercept, which is where your graph crosses the x, or the y axis. Shouldn't try and write and talk at the same time. Graph crosses the y axis. Slope-intercept form is written like this: y equals mx plus b. It's always an equation. M is your slope. It tells you how steep the line is. B is the y-intercept. It tells you at what point your graph, your line, crosses the y-axis. Now, if you have a form that is y equals mx, there is no b, then b equals 0, and your graph, your line crosses the axis at the origin, okay, at 0, 0. So if there is no plus b, then b equals 0. So example 1, find the slope and y-intercept of the graph of the function. So this is not asking you to actually graph it, just identify the slope. So let's look at part A. I want to know what my slope equals and what my y-intercept equals. Y equals 2x plus 4. Y equals mx plus b. So my slope equals 2. My y-intercept equals 4. And that's it. That's all we're looking for in this kind of a problem. For B, I want to know what is the slope. Again, what is the y-intercept? Y equals negative 5/6 x minus 7. So negative 5/6 and 7. Negative 5/6 is the slope. Be sure to include the negative. That means that the graph of the line is going to slant down this way, as opposed to in the first graph, which has a positive slope, so the graph will be headed this way. And my y-intercept, notice here, there's a subtraction sign in front of the 7. That means that my y-intercept is negative 7, not positive. So you need to make sure that you pay careful attention to this subtraction sign right here. Okay? So slope, y-intercept, that's it. Example 2, science. The temperature of a substance in degrees Celsius before and during an experiment is given by the function y equals negative 4/5 x. I'm going to highlight that. Where y represents temperature and x represents time in minutes. Graph y equals negative 4/5 x. Now, of course, you are going to use graph paper for this. I will do the best I can freehanding my graphs. You are going to use graph paper. Graph paper makes things very neat. So draw your x and y coordinates. This is not a first coordinate graph. Temperature can in fact be negative. So both your x and y axes should have negatives. Now I notice that there is no plus b. So I know that my graph is going to go through 0. Now I'm going to go ahead and count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm going to make my pen a little bit smaller so it's a little easier to read. -2, -4, -6, -8, -10, -12. Doesn't matter if my positives and negatives are exactly the same. They can go up a little further or down a little further. That's fine. Okay. Now, of course, you're using graph paper, so yours are going to be nice and neat. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I'm going to stop there for the moment. Yes, this is time consuming, but it's important to make your graphs neat. The neater they are, the easier they will be to read. And when we start graphing things like 2 lines crossing, it'll be much easier if you already have good graphing habits. So make sure all of your axes have arrows and make sure you're writing right on the line, not in the spaces between them. So I know that my graph goes through the origin. Right here, make my pen a little bit bigger this time. Goes through the origin because there is no b. My slope is -4/5. Here's my slope, which means I'm going to go down 4. Now this is not 4 spaces, it is a count of 4. So 1 would be here, then 2, then 3, then 4. Then I'm going to run right 5. So 2, 4, 5 is going to be in between 4 and 6. So my next point goes here. Down 4 again to -8, over 5 to 10, down 4 again, and over 5, which would be right about here. Now you, of course, are going to use a lovely ruler and connect your dots, but I don't want the graph to end here at the origin. So this time I'm going to do the opposite. Instead of down and right, I'm going to go up and left. So up 4, right 5, up 4, right 5, give or take. Okay? Use a ruler. I'm going to freehand mine, so it's not quite straight, forgive me. Put an arrow at the end of it, and there is your graph. Okay? That's it for examples today. Please make sure you take your time with your graphs. If you have questions, I'll answer them the next time I see you.